Hey everyone, welcome to this case study. In this case study, we'll show you exactly one of the world's greatest copywriters had written, and this is also considered one of the top 10 copies in the world, which is like very, very old, right? It was written in 1927, right? It's almost like 2022, it's like 95 years. Just imagine, guys. Now, today, there is so much of noise. So many people are talking about direct response marketing, copywriting, email writing, funnels, all this stuff. Let's go back to history. That's when you understand the trenches, like going deep and finding out the roots, how it performed, how the human psychology worked, persuasion triggers worked, so that you can learn and implement. Let's get started without any delay. See, this was the copy, and you guys can check out. The copy had a very good image over here, and it's just like you guys can see it is like one page, one big page, and there is an image over here. If you just see this image, like February 1927, right? February 1927 was the time when this copy was written. Now, if you see money making opportunity section, right, this was basically if you just see on the top, money making opportunity section was written on the top, right? Picture the context, everything. See what basically this picture represents is, if you guys can see closely, if you just observe, just tell me guys in the chat, what do you observe from this picture? What do you see, right? What do you see by the visual, everything? Now if you see over here, there is a girl who is just telling to a guy, can he really play? A girl whispered, heavens. Uh, Arthur exclaimed, he never played a note in his life. And there is a guy who is trying to play like a piano, like there is a big piano out there who is trying to sit and like he's trying to play. And there are like some guests in this room who are like in the party, right? Who are basically in a very chilled and a very relaxed way, like in an entertainment. They are all like very joyful, happy, excited, and they are seeing a young person who is trying to play this, and this girl is telling whether does he even know how to play this piano, right? And this is a very interesting one. Now let's understand deeply. They laughed when I sat down at the piano when I started to play, right? It tells they laughed when I sat down at the piano when I started to play. See, this actually triggers emotion in people, right? They laughed when I sat to play at the piano when I started to play. What does it mean? It's like telling people, like when this guy went to start, they basically laughed. It's like a story, like Epiphany Bridge, like how Russell Brunson tells, right? He was there once upon a time, then how he was able to reach, right? Like open loop headline. Now, if you see here, author Arthur just had played the Rome rang with an applause. I decided that you could be a dramatic moment for me to make my doubt. To the amazing of all my friends, I strode confidently over to the piano and sat down. Jack is up to the old tricks. Somebody chuckled. The crowd laughed. They were all certain I could not play a single note. See, basically what they're trying to tell is, this guy came, he tried to play, everybody thought he cannot play, everybody laughed at him. Now if you see the major picture, major mass fear, humiliated, right? It was like humiliation, right? They thought he can never do it. And it's like a conversation, right? And people, like it's like the comics, like the old books when you read, like it's like the comics, right? There is a question answer. And if you see over here, can he really play? I heard the girl whisper to Arthur. Heavens no, Arthur exclaims in the moment. He never plays a note in his life, but just watch him. This is going to be good. I decided to have the most of the situation with mock dignity. I drew up a silk handkerchief and lightly dusted off the piano keys. Then I rose and gave the revolving piano stool to the quarter of a tune, just as I have been in an imitator of Pedorowski. I do an Veduvelli sketch. What do you think of the execution? Called a voice from the row. We are favor to it. Come back and answer the crawl. Rocked with a laugh. When I started to play again, there is an see, the beauty is it has put up in a very great paragraphs in a very simple language, right? Then when I started to play, now here is the suspense. When I started to play, what happened, right? It's like when the cat came, what happened, right? It creates the curiosity. Instantly a tense silence fell on the guest. The laughter died on the lips as it was magic. I thought to the first bars of Listic Immortal uh, Libres Stream. I heard gaps of amazement. My friends sat breathless, spellbound. See, over here, the story, it went from somewhere and it roared up, right? First, people laughed, hey, what is this guy? He doesn't know how to play the piano. Now everybody is like mesmerized. Wow, awesome, man. He knows how to play, right? It creates that curiosity, visualization. I played and played. I forgot that people around me. I forget the hour I placed. The breathless listen. The little world I lived in the seems to fade, seems to grow dumb, unreal. Only the music was real. Only the music was the vision brought me. Visions as beautiful as chanting as the wind blown clouds and drifted moonlight as long inspired the master composer. It seems to master musician himself speaking to me, speaking through the medium of music, not in words or chords, but in sentence, but in an extinguished melodies. See, it basically tells about the context twist in the story from loser to like hero, a big cliff, right? And another proof element about exactly how it went, a complete trump as the last notes of the Libestrum died away. The room resonated with the sudden roar of applause. I found myself surrounded by excited faces. How my friends carried out. Men shook my hands, wildly congratulated, pounded my back, right, with enthusiasm. Man, what an amazing it is. Everybody was exclaiming with delight, playing with the rapid question, Jack, why didn't you tell us? How did you play this? Where did you learn these things from? Right? This creates the curiosity. How long you have studied, who was your teacher, right? How in the world can you play like such an amazing piano? That was the question in the people. I haven't seen my teacher, I replied. It's just a short ago. I could not play a note. Quite you kidding. Laughter authored himself. Accomplished pianist. You haven't studying for years, I can tell. Right? This is what now. See the twist. Here, people thought you don't know anything, right? As soon as he started to play, then people actually changed their minds, right? Can you see the twist, right? People are like, you must be playing since years, right? And that was the test, and that was the Trump movement, right? And then if you just see the bit cliff, another proof of element over here is how I learned to play without a teacher. I explained for years. I long to play. It seems just a short while ago I continued. I saw an interesting ad of US School of Music mentoring a new method of learning to play only cost a few cents a day. Ad total how a woman had mastered the piano in her spare time without a teacher. Best of all, the wonderful new methods she used required no laborious scales, no heartless exercise, no tiresome practicing. It surrounds to convenient. I filled out the coupon resting the free demonstration. The free book arrives promptly. I started that every night to study the demonstration lessons. I amazed to see how easy it was to play. Now if you see over here in the left also, they have shown like different elements. Play your instrument, piano, harmony, organ, composition, violin, sight, singing. These are like different like features like of the music school or the this thing, right? Flute, harm, like everything they have written, voice and speech culture. Now if you see over here closely, they have basically added another proof of elements. What are the things like, and now they will be talking about grabbing the attention and the offer as well, the next part. When you arrived, I found it just as the ad says, just as easy as ABC, right? Everybody can relate. No, ABC, A for apple, B for ball, C for cat. And as a lesson, it continued that easier and easier. Before I knew, I was playing all the pieces I liked best. Nothing stopped me. I could play no ballads, a classical numbers or a jazz all equal ease. I never did had any special talent for music. Play any instrument, and you too can teach yourself to the accomplishment musician. Now if you see, this is the most important thing as a viewer, like as a copywriter, you have to you believe for the basically people who are basically reading your copy, that even you can also do that, right? And that's the most important thing over here, giving that uh, belief like anybody can do it, making them feel, because nobody is going to buy your product or service if they feel it's not for them, they cannot use it. Do you guys agree or not? Just tell me yes in the chat. It's like you have to make them feel, hey, this is basically, you can, it's a play any instrument, you can teach yourself right at the home, half the usual, you can't go wrong with the simple new method, right? And they're also telling with the new method there is no way you'll do wrong, you can't go wrong, right? And it's already 500,000 people how to play the favorite instrument. Forget the old fashioned idea, they need special talent. Just read the list of instruments in the panel, decide on which one you want to play, and the US school will do the rest. And bear in mind, no matter which instrument you choose, the cost in each case will be the same, just a few cents a day. No matter where you are, beginner or already a good performer, you will be interested in learning how wonderful this method is going to be. Like making them understand, right? Like if you pay $100,000 for a college for like 12 months, for 1 month, how much it's going to be, right? Making them understand it's around like 8,000 to $9,000, and per day it's going to be like $300, making them, it's just few cents, making them understand. That's the beauty. And then if you check below the next stage, they have created an irresistible offer, and then power visual words, very interesting storytelling to the audience, what they want. Sounds like a dream, right? Like here is the thing, like just do it, right? They are just telling, um, send you a free bullet and demonstrated lessons. Now what they are trying to do is, if you want to get it, like if you want to learn, right, they are giving a mass fear, like the movement, big promise, painting the dream and telling you the promise, the unique mechanism. Right now, like the scarcity, the big movement is now just become part of it, right? People want to become part of it. Over here in this case, the movement is all about music. Do you guys agree or not? Like all the music, like Mahatma Gandhi started a movement, right? Like non-violence, Nelson Mandela did a movement like that. They are talking about a movement which is about music. And if you see, thousands of successful students never dreamt they possessed musical ability until it was revealed to them on a remarkable music ability test, which sent entirely without cost, interesting free bullet. If you are earnest about wanting to play your favorite instrument, the reality wants to gain pioneers to increase your popularity. No cost, no obligation. Right now, we are making a special offer for a limited time for the new students. Sign and send the convenient coupon now. It's like how we use in the modern world, right? Put the coupon code 2022, get a 20% discount. Even that time also they used to use that. And instrument supplies when needed, cash or credit. US School of Music, 82 Brunswick, New York City, right? And here is the address. See, the beauty part is very amazing. Instant wow factor, call to action, and they have also put the qualification, and they have also talked about the free this thing. If you want to get that uh, free book, music lessons of your own with introducing Dr. Frank Crane demonstrated lessons, particulars of the special offer, just fill out this thing, name, address, city, state, and which instrument you want to play, right? Which instrument you want to learn, whether piano, violin, or flute, right? Based on your interest, right? And that is what exactly it is. And you just have to model it, right? Now in today's world, we basically tell people about like, hey, you want to take the action, you want to get the best results, all you have to do is understanding the fundamentals. Right now you want to learn this particular skill, do that. If you want to learn that particular skill, you have to do that. And that is what exactly matters to people. And if you make them understand in the most simplest way, it becomes very easy, you being like selling something, right? Free lead magnet even at that time, right? Yeah, see, whatever, it's like, as I told, human psychology, human beings behave, act, everything is like, it's like since thousands of years, right? It's all about what we do it now, right? It's like we are little bit evolved, right? But still all the characteristics are same, right? We want food, we want shelter, the main needs, right? We want a better life, we want and great life, and we want to do good stuff, right? And that's what exactly it is all about, right? And this is the most amazing case study, which I was like being blown away, because this one copy had sold like multiple millions, and this was one of the world's greatest copies ever written in the copywriting or direct response marketing history, right? Do let me know, guys, like what was your biggest takeaway from this case study in the chat. To tell some of them, the topmost case study is emotion desire, right? People like emotion, right? Like this girl tells you cannot do it, but this guy proved it, right? I am the like the OG, right? And the headline logical desire, right? The headline, they laughed at me when I said, I cannot do it. I cannot play piano. But when I started to play, afterwards, everyone was like amazed. Man, what an amazing, right? And what an super awesome offer it is, right? And then pricing context, they had put the pricing context of everything and then grab the attention of the audience, how it is going to be exactly it is, right? And now it is left to the people, like they are going to take the action, right? And this is how it was one of the greatest copies, and in fact you can use it. And the greatest thing about this is it brought a great level of like curiosity among the viewers, right? Because without curiosity, um, nothing is going to work, right? The greatest message which I have for all the copywriters is always generate curiosity. If you make it engaging and if the viewers agree with that, and it's more like an argument based, right? One person tells he cannot do it and the other person tells do it. Similarly, you can use, if you are using for your sales pages or like landing pages, somebody wants to buy, somebody does not want to buy, you just listen to that conversation what someone basically speaks on phone, right? Because what is copywriting is all about salesmanship in words. Understand what a customer wants, speak to them the same thing, convert into words and just write it down, right? Now the task for you guys is listen to this carefully again, watch it again, and read this copy like for one time or two times, because see, this is like real stuff. You can learn 10 times faster than any copywriting course in the world, because you are learning practical, right? And when you write it down, that's when the magic happens, right? If you just listen, if you just don't take action, it's like just reading a book, right? It's like example reading Law of Success, right? Just reading this fat book and not implementing anything, we will never become successful. The only way you can become successful is go and take the action, and that's what will help you to get the results. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.